just suddenly boot me off, and I'll go in and realize that it did that. So anyway, if I disappear and I'm not done, I will start another stream. Hubby's moving around. Let's see what time it was. Doing pretty well for just under 2 hours, or just over 2 hours. By the way, this paper is 10 by 10. And that's before it being taped off. Goodness. I don't know if you can see it, but on the original, there's a line right here, like they put it in underneath. I've got one right there. I just think that's kind of interesting. I'm going to mix a little bit more of that darker green so I can get this in there. There's a little bit right there. Whoops. I keep hitting the camera. You okay, buddy? Oh. Poncho, my dog, was making weird noises. He's chasing a fly. Hey, go back and get it. It's been bugging us. He gave up. It's underneath my desk now. Now that I've got everything kind of laid out, I can go back in and try and make it look a little more similar to the original. At least that's my plan. I'm just adding some ultramarine blue in here. To get some of those darker areas. And I've got the gist of it down. But now I can go in and start. He's back to chasing the fly. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm going to start trying to get it not exact, but like some of the facial areas I don't have correct. Or the hair. There's just a lot of little things that, like that mark there. Poncho can't make up his mind. He's back underneath the desk. I don't know, he might be following the fly. The green or bluish on the background is much more muted than what is showing up. I think there's some yellow in there, just a little bit. Like right in here. Maybe it's a yellow and white. Not that bright. Hey, Poncho. Oops. Sorry about that. Again, I keep hitting the... That's why I've thought about getting short-handled ones from Rosemary & Co. Specifically for that reason. I'm muting it down with a little burnt umber. Hey, Poncho. Hey, welcome back. I'm gonna start working more, or just keep working on trying to get it to look a little more like what he's got here. I know I say it's not a copy, it's a study, but I still want it a little closer. I got that mark too dark. I hate how that focus does. I wish I could do something about it. Let me see if lifting this up helps at all with that glare. Sure does. Let me get that. It's just one of these crimper thingies. I'm going to set it underneath the edge of it there. have some. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. So did you set any artistic goals for June or for summer? My main one, whoops, is I should be monetized in June, probably early June, hopefully. And I need to make that work to the best of my ability. Considered doing, ooh, I don't want that. I'm battling health stuff, so I'm not as focused. If my health cooperates, I will be monetized by, ooh, good job. I'll have to go check out your channel. It is Bellatini Art and Coloring, for those that cannot see chat. If you want to go check out a fellow art lovers channel. In fact, let me there's a link to their, well, but still, it's all art. It's all creative. If everybody did art the same. I know that's cliche. But sorry, excuse my neon green hoodie. It's one of my hubby's work hoodies, and I wear it when it gets chilly in here. And you're welcome. I'm part of Heart Breathings. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's a writers group, and it's sort of it's been ingrained in me, I guess, because that's the way most people in that group are. We share info. In fact, I don't know if I would be live if it weren't for them. Not alive, but live. Because they are just so supportive. It's really nice. I started doing sprints for them for that, and it got me over a lot of my fear of being on camera. I question if I am not on the spectrum, and they accept me with my goofiness and social awkwardness. I have grandchildren that are on the spectrum, and I know it runs in families. But I'm not formally diagnosed. Your whole household is. I had to put my phone on silent because my oldest granddaughter is out of school now with summer break, and she tends to call every day. But we're both, she's definitely on the spectrum, and I guess we relate to each other really well. We don't have to explain a lot of things. Yeah, I didn't realize I was until I had grandkids. I thought everybody was just that way. I have earplugs I wear, those loop earplugs. When I go see grandkids, because it's so loud. And they're just being kids. They're not being out of hand or anything. I really like them. I wish they were a little less expensive. I mean, they're not that bad. They're like, what, $20? But this right here is not dark enough. Let's see if I can darken it with some of this. Yeah, I think I would have been a better parent if I had been aware. Because I get overstimulated very easily. Let's see if that helps. I lost my favorite pair, and I'd sworn that I had taken them to my grandkids, and I thought, well, I just left them in the bedroom or something. And then I found them one day when I was cleaning out my car, like 8 months later or something crazy like that. They had fallen underneath the seat, and it's like they were just sitting there waiting on me. There's a lot of areas that need to be darker. This one probably won't take me as long as some of them do. I've had ones that took me like 6 hours, 7 hours. I really like that magenta. I'm gonna have to start using that more. It's an old tube too. That needs to come down there. And there's a little splitch right there. I do have family members that don't think ADHD and autism are an issue. They're those that think everybody's a little And the thing is, I'm pretty sure that they are on the spectrum of some kind. This is really fun. Thank you all for being here too. I appreciate it. It makes it much more enjoyable to do this with others. And if you have any questions or anything, by all means, feel free to put them in the comments, or if you're watching the replay, I will answer them as soon as I can get to them. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's addictive. Very, very much so. I am being much more particular about things than he was. His brush strokes are very loose. And I'm finding myself getting tighter while I'm trying to resemble his, which is ironic. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? I need to bring that hair, bring her bangs down. Let's see, what else did I have about Mr. Bonnard? Her gaze at a frame invites the viewer to imagine the story or moment beyond the canvas. Like, what's going on over here? Why is she not looking at us? Is she mad at us and doesn't want to make eye contact? Is there something really cool going on? Is it Just taking a moment to look at it to see what. There is some yellow on her face that I'm missing. Like right here. Oops, give me a little of that. I don't have this part dark enough. I think I got the nose just a hair. Too big. We have puppies. Oh, and I had to do treat training with them. I've been listening. It's relaxing. I'm happy to have someone to paint with today. Oh, I'm glad you're here. I'm a puppy person. A dog person. Not that I hate cats or anything. I don't want to see anything bad happen to them, but I'm less of a cat person than a dog person. What kind of puppies are they? What are you doing over there? What are you doing? Goofy. Yeah, you're a goofy dog. He's gotten to where he likes to go back in this corner behind my drafting table. I don't know what the deal is. My dog is a Jack Russell Terrier, wire-haired. Where'd you go? Poncho? I hear you, but I don't see you. Oh. He's back there again. I don't know what the... It's not thundering or anything. Maybe I need to put pillow or something back there for him. Great Dane. Aww. Too many dash hounds. Aww. That sounds adorable. I bet the Great Danes, do they eat you out of house and home? I've always wanted a dash hound puppy. I just think they are just adorable. There's this guy on TikTok. I haven't seen him on YouTube. I don't TikTok anymore because I was wasting too much time on it. But he had, excuse you. He just went back there and just went to sleep. I guess I'm just talking too much or something. But he would put him in his, inside of his shirt, and he takes them everywhere. It's really cute. We have a lot. Oh. $6'2" and 150 pounds. Wow. I assume that's when he's on his hind legs. Our Jack Russell's a rescue. He his family's home burnt, and they had to find a rental that would take dogs, and they couldn't find one. And they had small kids, so they had to do it quickly. And from what I understand, he was rescued from the house, is what we were told by the fire department. Wow. His back is above your hips. That's a big dog. looking at the mouth, and I just... I don't know. I am spending way too much time worrying about details of this when it's supposed to be a study. We won't tell anybody, right? I bet he probably spent a half an hour or so on this. Original. But we're learning, right? Tomorrow, I have live streams in the afternoon, sprints. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do artwork in the morning. I should, to help my watch hours. I can't decide what to do. I need to do some planning, but I really want to paint. Or something. I could do a bonus master study. Still not dark enough in here. So since you have a YouTube channel, do you plan things out ahead of time? As far as like what you're, or I should say, how far ahead do you plan your things ahead of time? I don't use like a content calendar, but I should. Other than the master study Mondays, I do have them up ahead. But that's one thing I need to work on is content planning. Heidi would never allow me to do that. My channel helps me decide. I understand. Yep. I'm like, I want to be organized, but whoops, I hit the camera again. I listen to Nick Nimmin on Saturday mornings about YouTube stuff. In fact, I even joined his channel or whatever. Yeah, we have to actually pay, and he's got a Facebook group and all that. I was hoping it would help me. I would love to be organized. My friends have planning journals and stuff. See, yeah. Yep. Yep. I just got rid of a bunch of stickers and things because I just finally had to admit it doesn't work for me. I have a planner, but I know some people like that. Yeah, it's like their planner is their art, I guess. But I just use paper and pencil. And I did recently put it into Chat GTP to try to help me see what my best course of action was to get monetized and all. I'm like 500 hours away, watch hours. So if I had really buckled down this month, I probably could have done it. But I had to get my studio, my work area, some resemblance of it was getting pretty bad. It was getting pretty bad. I did find art supplies and things that I'd forgotten I had, so that's good. And I got things organized as far as like all my oil paints are in one area. All my, yeah. And so forth. I had a while back, I think it's been about a month now, I was doing a painting live, and I got oil paint and acrylics mixed up. I did not want that to happen again. And then I was using them together. Pardon me. I do have a lot of oil pastels. Yeah, I was sitting there painting it, and I was like, man, that's acting just like if I were using acrylics, and it hit me. And I will admit, I have never done that before. That was a first. I remember having an art teacher talk about herself doing it and realizing it. But I haven't used acrylic wash. I've just used, is it, I don't, Is it called watercolor gouache, or is it just... I've only used that type. And maybe that's why I didn't like it very much. Or I wasn't very good at it. Yeah, this was just regular gouache. It's not acrylic gouache. It's just that hemi, you know, that you get like in the case. That's very... I think everybody and their brother has it. Is it teal? I think it's like a teal case. Yeah. It's kind of like a Tiffany bluish. I had to look at it to make sure. I love the portability of it, because I want to be able to just use my sketchbook and do studies. And I did see where Hemi had some acrylics out now. I haven't tried them, but I've only seen them on other people's YouTube channels. I think it was Frugal Crafter had them on hers. I mainly watch her and Sandy Hester. And David Kaysen has a relatively new channel. I noticed the Pastel or Portrait Society has a new video out. I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list. I didn't. Did she have a Saturday chat? Because I don't think I watched it. In fact, I'm almost positive I didn't. Because I was watching Nick Nimmin on Saturday morning. I need to go and see some of his videos stuff. Excuse me. What were you doing on Saturday? What were you streaming? I think I surprised my husband because I did not stream it all this weekend. But I did get my studio in order-ish. There's still stuff I need to do. Like, who needs 20 empty Ragu bottles or Prego bottles? I saw something. Oh, I was going through my markers and I was commenting to my husband about the Crayola markers, about how good they are and how I was surprised. And then I saw somebody using them in a coloring book. Oh, I see something that I really didn't. Poncho? What's that all about? I was going through them to send them to my granddaughter because I hadn't been using them. So I was going through making sure that they were, she's 13, going through them to make sure that they still worked because I hadn't been using them. And the colors and stuff were so rich and vibrant and juicy, and I was impressed for just cheap old Crayola markers. I love oils. I just do. Yeah. Well, it's hard when you see stuff on sale, or you know. I used to have a lot more than I have now, but I've narrowed them down to just primarily oil pastels and paint. Not even necessarily oil paint, just I was worried about the tariffs, so I went and I stocked up a lot on oil paints in particular. Because of the pigments. And I live out in the boonies, so I can't just run to the art store and get things. It's a good 2 hours for me to go to an art shop, even a Michael's or anything like that. And oils don't go bad, so I'm set for a while. Wow. I would get into so much trouble being that close. You know, they're, do they still do the not grab bags, but, no, is that what they're called? The clearance boxes where they put everything in a, yeah. I've always wondered about finding one of those. Or finding when they had those. Or is that Hobby Lobby that does that? I'm jealous. That would be so cool. Come to think of it, I haven't seen any like unboxings of like those grab bag thingies for a while. It's hard not to. If you think it's something you're going to use. Or you just want to use. I don't have a bookstore nearby either. Well, no, I take that back. The very people I was talking about earlier, they opened one up. I haven't been to it yet. I think the grand opening is like in a couple of weeks. I understand. May as well. If you're going to get part of them, you may as well get the whole set. When I got my oil pastels, I was doing like reviews on the channel and unboxings, and so I got large sets, not real large sets. I got of different brands. And I don't have like 150 of. What are you doing over there? I have a squirrely dog. Yes, yeah, we used to have one. Oh, where was it? I don't even remember now if it was Pittsburgh, which is a college town, or if it was, yeah. But I can remember pulling up to one and being, oh. I was at the Mecca. But it went out. Yeah, ours did anyway. I don't know if the whole chain did, but that is awesome. Notice. When I go visit my grandkids, my daughters and my grandkids, I can go to Barnes & Noble, Half Price Books, and Michael's. Oh, and it used to be Target too. We don't do Target anymore. Portland, Oregon. Oh, probably. I have family that lives in Oregon, or that lives in Washington State, but I can't think of where we're at. It's my sister-in-law and her husband. Which one is it that says, like their city motto is "Stay Weird"? Is that Portland? Portland, okay. Oh, wow. See, I think that would be, yeah. We live in the same house that my husband grew up in. And now his health is not doing great. So I don't know that we'll ever get up that way. He really needs to retire. It's one reason I really want this channel to go. Because he needs to. He needs to retire. And in this economic climate, so yeah. Like I said, I'm about 500 hours away from full monetization. If I had really pushed it this month, I probably could have done it. But it's more a mobility issue than anything else. He's not going anywhere. He just has trouble getting around. He better not be going anywhere. Yeah, even just going to see our grandkids a couple hours away is very taxing on him. Oh, I'm sorry. That's, yeah. I had an opportunity to quit my job, my day job, and I jumped on it. I had, and regulars that come here probably, I mean, they already know this. I had several family members pass away 1 year after the other, and there was some inheritance. So I immediately got the good paints and the good easel. But now I really need to be making some type of income. Yeah, there's the coffee cups that say this is coffee, this is water. And it's already after 1:30. I completely lose track of time. But that's awesome you're able to do artwork. Is that one reason too you want your channel to be monetized? I worked at a library for 17 years, and I had a coworker that was very toxic. But I just could not bring myself to quit until I just realized life was too freaking short. Bouncing around the page and trying to get it all balanced just ain't happening right now. Let's blow that back up on. Yep, there's only one way to learn, though. And I bet it's probably better than you're giving yourself credit for. I bet. see the blue background on to my eyes here is almost exactly like what's on the monitor, but on the over on that it looks a lot brighter. Poncho's dreaming over there. Well, I'm glad. I am very glad. Same for me. This part needs more of this. That's too swoopy. It's not that swoopy. all this contrast doesn't. See, I never know how to answer that because I did go to university. I have a master's, but it was a postmodern, very much a postmodern department. So it was a lot of abstract and expressionism and which is nothing wrong with that. It's just now that I've gone back to, doing things, I prefer I like contemporary realism, like David Kaysen and who else is there? Malcolm Lipke. Some of his have gotten a little too sexual for me. Lipke's has. I like ones with not necessarily a narrative, but like David Kaysen did a series of paintings of Holocaust survivors that were still alive, and I find things like that just, I wish I could come up with something of my own that had more meaning to it than it's like, okay, yes, there's a portrait, there's a head, and I feel like there's a, and what about it? I wish I could do things with deeper meaning than there's an object. Especially in these times. I don't know. It's like, yeah, you can do something that looks like the object, but oh, excuse me. I keep sniffling. My nose is red. I have a little bit of allergies. I think in these days, especially being in the U.S. That art is very important, and I wish I did more, or knew what to do more with it. Excuse you, Poncho. I mean, I've heard people say that all art is subversive, but I guess especially as a grandparent, you know, I don't want my grandkids to look back and say, okay, well, what did you do? And me have a book of master studies work, and none of it really have any significance. Especially with some of my family history. I have many that were not on the right side of history.